Welcome back to the USRR. I am Premier Rever, and we were looking down on the bustling town of Cornassa. Turn on our HUD so we could see what's going on, but we're getting quite a few people. 416, so not sure how much. It hasn't been too much time, maybe about a month since the last episode. And most of that was spent staring at this screen and just hoping that they go out to the construction office. For some reason, even though it was last on the list, our Lenin monument was sucking up like every single bit of manpower, which is fine. I want to get that done, but I'd rather work on that in the winter time, right? When they're having a hard time getting the busing going anyway, we could easily get people to work on the Lenin monument and even some of the buildings around here in the winter time until we get really established over here. But you can see, hopefully we have enough to finish this off, because that was my definite purpose. And I was thinking about being really cheap about it. Let's close this for a second. Let's shrink it up. And I'll shrink this one up. So what I was thinking about doing is moving my excavator and my backhoe over here. But I think I might just leave them there, because during this winter probably, I think that what I want to do is get them to start paving some of these roads in town, or graveling these roads. I'm not sure that I'll do that. Part of me wants to wait for me to build a actual quarry, and then the other part says, well, why don't you just go ahead and do it? But this is why I wouldn't do it, is strictly because of the money. You know, I have to keep that in the back of our minds when it comes to any suggestion to build or buy things. But there we go. We got a modded, for those of you who've watched the series, we've got a modded construction office that I believe I can see all of the vehicles, though I'm not 100% sure, because is that 32 spots? I guess it is. Anyway, we'll see what happens. So here's our construction office. I think what I would like to do, because it's not that much more money, and we do have exports, right? We don't have to go completely insane. We are exporting some things. It might just mean taking out loans a tiny itty bit sooner, so... But I think if we just go ahead and get a bulldozer and get an excavator, yeah, this is the faster one, right? And I don't think I have to worry too much. Now, I don't want to bring fuel into here, even though I know it saves them a step, because in the long run, I want to be able to distribute fuel to places. Well, I don't know. We don't have any oil on the map. Well, I still want to try to get fuel, maybe from the wood at some distant point. You know, we'll see what happens. Or is it better to distribute? Maybe it's a good map to see about distributing things from the Soviet to locations. Maybe we could do a little experiment at some point to see, are we better off buying our fuel and then bringing it to these places versus paying the extra? So in any event, hopefully they don't leave if I leave it unpaused, right? Because these guys are going to need fuel at some point. They come with not very much, so let's see what happens. If we do too much leveling, the problem is they're going to drive all the way back to here. Is there anything else to talk about or discuss? Not really. I mean, I very weekly kept an eye on things. Let's do, this year it's July. You can see population still going up. You know, we're really getting into be pretty good shape. We're not having, a massive, we have a nice number of babies, but it's not super massive where I think it's going to be a problem for us. Though we do want to get building our next town, right? That's sort of what we want to do anyway. I did take a look at our university educated was going down, which is a bit concerning, but I'm hoping that that's just a, part of the cycle. When I look here, we have 78 workers with a higher education, so it's like we have, from what I can sort of tell, when it comes to people with the ABCs is going up. So I think we just have so many kids that are of a certain age. Let's see, can we tell? Yeah, see, we only have 28 kids that are 16 to 21, but it's a bit concerning that none of them have the higher education yet. Right? Because if they had the higher education, then we would have a higher number here with the university, or with the university educated. So we'll see. We only have one student. Is it a problem with the school? Yeah, I mean, we've got 5 teachers, and yeah, we'll see. I mean, we are we don't have any, like, I mean, even this girl's only 9. Like, I'm assuming that's a girl, Condova. You know, like, so we're not, it's not like the ages of the people in the classroom are low. We got a boatload of, you know, basic education, way more than we have. Well, no, do we have? Well, yeah, if we consider, yeah, we only have like 184 workers with lower education, right? So we have another extra 60 or so kids that are already educated out of these 90, basically, because babies don't get educated. So we should be in good shape. But I did look at that, and that hasn't really, well, it actually went down a little tiny bit, but I guess we shouldn't get too bogged down on the details, right? And I'm delaying a little bit. Hopefully that gas station should be next on the list to get done. Oh, it is done. Okay, so let's, well, we don't have power, but we should be working on those wires very shortly. And what else would we work on? Well, we do the Lenin Monument again. Let's let those wires get done. We'll be right over here. We can purchase a little bit of fuel. That'll cost us some money, but we need it. Well, there we go. Now I'm not too worried if we lose our guy for a minute. All right, I very deliberately have not thought about this too much so that I could even share with you my initial thoughts. I mean, we kind of have, like I said, a nice plateau over here. All right, I say a plateau because when we look, like, this is a low spot, like a low valley going down towards the river, and then all of this is kind of way raised up, similar. All right, so there's probably a pretty steep, yeah, reasonably steep incline this whole way and over to here. Now this, yeah, it's sort of right in the way of where my road is. Would I take my road and keep it somewhat close to this? I want to leave enough room to get things. Right, so let's see. It'd be easier to see. So we want to stay a little bit further away from here, but not get totally into that hill. Make it a little bit of a nicer swooping turn. Right, and then kind of oop, I didn't mean to do that second one. That was see where we're going. Yeah, it's right now. Is that? Let's just take a quick look at the map. Yeah, that's pointing right towards this direction here, which is exactly where we want. I thought it was, but I just wanted to kind of double check because that is our goal, is to get across here. One of our longer term goals is to get way over there. Still haven't worked on the wires. What is holding up our wires? Because we can't get fuel until we get this. And I don't think we can get fuel out of here either. I don't think this is. Yeah, just getting some workers up here. And maybe a crane. Oh, there we go. Look, as we speak. And it shouldn't, I think it'll be done in like 10 seconds once it gets going. So what are we doing? We're going to a big part of the reason, the big thing I want to work on over here is a city. And I'm wondering if we don't put our city on the other side of this. So let's go get our measuring tool and just see what, like, we definitely probably wouldn't, well, we might, like, what is this road, from this road about to the other side of this hill is 500, right, from there to there. So right, almost 500, so that's plenty. Now the question is, can we fit everything we want to? And I think my debate is, do I try to get everything in, or do we just kind of focus on a thing? Like, if I had to focus on a thing, it would probably be a power plant, because that's a really nice thing that we could export. I don't particularly have a rule against exporting power for us, right? I think that might be the kind of thing that makes up for no oil. And if I was going to say that, we could probably put the power plant here. Now, we don't want to be too far away from wherever our town is, that we can't get people there reliably. And then if we said, well, what if we then went over this way to do more industry, right? The only reason we wouldn't want to do that is dividing up the coal, right? So we could do maybe a coal mine here where we could divide up the coal with a processing plant here and then have it shoot out the different directions. So let's take a look at what a processing plant looks like exactly. I want a decent size one. Yeah, fossil fuels. So what is this? This is capable, this is a modded one, capable of 250, 200 here. Okay, this is the charcoal kiln, which we're not going to probably do. I'm not real happy with it from the... Oh, no, we didn't do a charcoal kiln, did I, in the last map? No, I don't think I did this one. I did some of the other ones. I'm not overly impressed, but I think that's half my fault. I think I could use them to better effect. Yeah, do we build... I mean, this one seems to produce more. I don't know. I guess we could see what this one's about, what it looks like. I'm not sure why it would be cheaper. Yeah, if we did something like this. All right, then I could, let's level out a spot for it. We could have a coal mine right there, and then we have offshoots. Let's see what T does for us. Not what I want. Yeah, we'll do this. The road's going out kind of. I wish the road could be on this side of the thing. And then still have an out going that way with that. Yeah, see, all the inns are on one end. I wish it would flip the road where the inns would be the other way. Here's the T. Right, the road's going in, but then... Oh, wait, you know what? That does work like that. Now, because of my other Audi, I want an Audi that could go across the road if I had to. Or towards the road, I should say. Because we might want to pick up coal. Yeah, so let's go back to T. So this would be what I would do right there. Let's go ahead and level that a bit. I think off of the road. It's up to where it gets steep. Yeah, this is endlessly the problem with this not pausing. Let's see, how are we doing? Did we get our... Yep, good. So we need that factory connection done. Here, let's get rid of that for a minute. This is this factory connection, and I don't know why that got done, but it's good that it is getting done. I don't know if it's going to be done in a second, but maybe I'll open it up so we can see when that disappears, right? We only have two. We got a whole nother section. All right. I need to take this truck. This truck is now driving crops from one side to the other there. Just, you know, trying to keep that busy. Do we have it wait? I don't think I have it wait. It shouldn't be driving back and forth. Oh, no, it is waiting. It must have just... Okay. Yeah, it is waiting on that, both sides. That side. Seemed like didn't take it long to go refill is the issue. So there we go. So that I don't want to stop that, obviously. But I need to get this done before we can. And then as far as assigning other construction, I guess we could do our Lenin Monument. All right. No reason we can't do that. And then, you know, another house wouldn't break my heart. I think Antonio gave a suggestion that we attach the road. Attach this with a footpath, which I don't disagree. More because when I go to... I don't think it's hurting anything to not have it right now, but... Let's get rid of that snap. I do think that in the long run, I'm going to want to gravel all this stuff, so having that in there, like, that'll give them an alternative way. The only issue I'll have is, like, if the ambulance needs to get out when I'm paving that bit of road. I think we should be in good shape that way. All right, good. So that's the other side of this. We'll have to keep these guys busy, but I think I'd rather do that because we do have the opportunity to just let these guys refuel as they want. We won't be cheating the system this way either, right? All right, so now let's go back to leveling a little bit. All right, so now, if we did want to bring coal out of here, we would want an aggregate loading. This is all the unloading. I'm just going to hit control so it doesn't attach. And that was sort of towards this end of the building. It would attach, but it didn't. And then you can't see because of that hell. They. Yeah, all right, let's go this way so I can make it a little bit straight. I don't think it matters. All right, so that way we could do a loading where we could take coal and drive it back down to there, because we're going to have that heating plant, if nothing else. And then I don't know that I would want, wherever this town ends up, I don't know that I would want to be conveying it into the heating plant, though might make a lot of sense to build the heating plant over here somewhere and then pipe the stuff over. We'll see how that goes when we get to that part, because we got a little ways for that to be happening. So we need to get more people there. All right, so there we go. So there's the first thing. Now let's see about, that's our ore processing. So we'll have ore coming out of here. And we want probably some kind of an aggregate storage that's like decent size. Now the other side of this is, do we just have them pick stuff up at an aggregate storage? Now do we want a large one? I kind of want a small one with a 2... Yeah, how much does that actually hold? That holds 180, and if we compared it to the small, holds 870. I'd like a... Yeah, that's just 80 tons. Yeah, I kind of want another one. I want... Yeah, that's simple. Well, we could do... How much does this hold? Nope, wrong thing. Small aggregate storage. Yeah, 400. That's kind of a nice amount. Now, if I did this, we want to keep that road clear, though. Yeah, let's build our road so we can. This is why I didn't want this like on the other side of these. Yeah, we'll do that for now. All right, so I didn't want this because this is going to be a pain to get across here. Maybe I think I might just do a regular large aggregate storage so we have a bunch of coal. And then I'm kind of boxing myself into this area, but that is a pretty big area to do some stuff. The problem will be, yeah, the way, well, let me see something here. Yeah, see, all of these on this side of it are in. And then these are the outs. So if we're going to do other stuff up here, I think we're talking about... Yeah, maybe we do this one to get started. A small aggregate storage that's like a transfer thing, and then I could have it... Yeah, one more. Come on, buddy. No, I don't want you to attach to the middle one. Oh, because he can't attach because the road's right there. That's fine. Right, and if I do this does store a little bit of stuff. And it will make it possible to do a conveyor over this way, right? So we could possibly, if we choose to, take a conveyor. Because I'm kind of picturing maybe our stone kind of set up over here. And then I'm picturing like a power plant over this way. So let's do that. And I think everything else, well, the bricks wouldn't really matter because they just need coal. So we could consider that we would have bricks over here. Let's do a regular coal power plant. Now, what do we have here as far as modded options? Rural power station. Nah, we want something. What is our normal one put out? 1400. Gas powered. No, we definitely don't have oil. So electric generator. Yeah, we don't have any fuel. We don't have any bitumen. Yeah, so these are all either tiny or whatever. So it looks like we'll go with a standard. Maybe one day we'll have to look for it. Yeah, as far as which direction it should face, I guess it doesn't matter too much with these because the power lines, though they're expensive for us now, are really not that expensive. And I don't want to get too close to Coal Hill over there. Coal Hill makes me think of Gettysburg. You know, Coal Hill. And can I attach this guy? Yeah, like that. I think that'll be pretty good. All right, and then let's get a little more bigger area leveled. Let's turn on our tools so you guys can see what's happening. All right, push that back. Just don't like the build. I'm not trying to like terraform the entire world, though I do enjoy terraforming the entire world. All right, let's check one more thing. Make sure this isn't crazy. All right, that wasn't crazy. All right, so now I clicked the wrong thing. What does T do for us? No, we want it this. Actually, no. I think I do want it this way because it would be hard to get that road out otherwise. Let's see, how does that look? Yeah, pretty good. Getting a little bit close to this, right? So we still need to fit in a coal mine over here. Let's do that and just see what it looks like. We have to get our road out here, so this might work out pretty well. What am I doing? Just staring at things blankly for some reason. There we go. Coal mine. You don't want to go there. You want to go over to this guy. But I also think what I should do, let's do this instead. Let's, yeah, I really want to find another aggregate storage because this one only has one output and it's kind of small. And then this one's kind of massive. Right now, don't attach to that. So if I think we'll go with the small. We don't really need a ton of storage here, right? This is more just like a buffer so that, but if we're running out, we need to get the problem fixed, right? So I think what I'm going to do is, don't attach, but yeah, maybe right on this flat spot. Is that too close? A little bit. So this is for coal. It's kind of awkward, isn't it? Yeah, let's try to make that the same height as the. All right, so regular small aggregate storage. I don't want that thing attaching right there. Can I do a T? What does that do for me? Oops. It needs to be like that. No, T doesn't work. Again, my road is, of course, on the other side from where I want it. So what I'm doing is I think I'm going to put like a conveyor engine there. All right, so let's get rid of that. Then we'll just get a regular conveyor engine. All right, so if we do end up with, oh, you know what I just did though? Come on, stop it. Why are you attaching all the way over there? Not. Did I just block? Yeah, I blocked my planned coal coming from here, but we might be able to squeeze it that way. Let's just put this in place for... Right, so I don't tend to build this, but I know that I can get coal. It's all kind of a little bit backwards. I kind of wish this worked out. Well, should I try to work it out a bit different? I don't know. It's a little bit awkward, but it'll work, right? Now let's go ahead and see where these roads can attach and get through. All right, can we get through like here? Oh, yeah. You know what? Can we get through here? No. It's just a little bit too... Why can't we get through there? Yeah, it doesn't... Overlaps with existing construction, but I don't buy that too much. Oh, is that... No, it should be... Yeah, see, that's... Sometimes the game's a little goofy. Got that hill right there. Let's... No, it doesn't like that. Let's come out of here. It didn't like me scrolling and trying to change that. There we go. A little... Nah, I don't like that. Oops. There you go. That's what I was... A little bit wonky up there, but we can live with that. And then this guy is a storage, but let's see if we can even get just like a regular... No. Yeah, that's... Yeah, and if I try to put the road there first, the only thing I think I could do is maybe change the angle of this. But really, not even. I mean, how is that supposed to even work? Let's go take a look at it from this perspective. Yeah, I'm not sure how you're really supposed to honestly get a road out of that thing when you have a conveyor going out that way. All right, so we'll just, that's not, I guess, well, we could build it and then build this. So my issue is just, oops, I didn't really mean to do that exactly, but let's just see what happens if we, meant to just do the, I have to just see about getting rid of this one real quick. See if we can't do the cart before the horse thing. All right, like if I did that, then can I come in here and do... No, it's just that road's blocking it. So I guess we could construct it and then we can come in and build this thing here, right? Now, as far as these other ones go, you know, this needs to be, well, I don't know. I think I'll make it a proper road because it's a proper factory, but yeah, let's, no, I don't want that. Let's get my little leveling. Just enough so we can get a road. No, it doesn't really. It's funny, it kind of look, it straightens it out more. Trying to get it so it'd be almost 90 degrees right there. Maybe I can. There you go, that might. Yeah, can I attach this? This would be the. You know what? I don't want to mess with that because if we ever do pick up coal, this driveway could get kind of busy. Let's just go in that, right? Now, can these two get attached? Would that look better? I don't think so. All right, so there we go. So we have everything but a coal mine. Or maybe not everything, but many things, but we don't have a coal mine, which is a bit critical. Yeah, so we have good coal through this whole... Yeah, need flat terrain, and it's dead red. All right, that's going to be our problem. Can I... I think this spot will be a little bit reasonable, but that is a steep hill. There we go, look, a little flat spot. Let's see what our... It would be nice if they could show you the percentage of coal. That should be enough to at least maybe get a flat spot. %. I could definitely live with that. I don't know if we're going to get it a whole lot better. Now, can we do a T? Yeah, T might be better here. Yeah, let me do one more. I'm going to do a little bit of leveling out this way, just so that the road has some place to get started, right? Because otherwise that could be a real pain. Let's see if we can't do a road before we... That's... No. This is actually where this averaging that nobody likes actually does kind of help, you know, like, because you can sort of smooth things with it a bit. Now we could always do the old, like, little chunks at a time. All right, let's put a coal mine in, and then we'll see what we can do. I think we have it leveled enough that we can kind of work with it. It's just getting a little bit too close to that building that way. You let me do that? Not really. It's funny. Look, as soon as it attaches to the building, it doesn't like it anymore. Let's do this. Yeah. Kind of funny the way that worked, isn't it? It'll let you build it. It just won't let you build it. Yeah, I don't know. Is that like a 45-degree slope up? You have to have some mountain climbing trucks to get up there, right? Yeah, so the next thing we'll need is some power. Well, I guess we'll have this, but yeah, do we just count on our power plant to provide its own power? I think I would like, well, let's see. How is our substation? We got a substation right here. Not quite enough. So my concern is I do like to have power that powers all of this other stuff besides and the coal mine, right? So that if we're ever in a jam or we have an issue where we've run out of coal, we can make that happen, right? So yeah, I think over here seems like we're going to block anything else up. I don't want to block that route there. I could, yeah, I don't want to be right in that spot. If I go right there, it cuts it off, right? So I don't want to cut it off. I guess I could come back into here. Would probably be the best. Which means I got to get my power line there. So let's hit control because I don't want to attach. I got enough attachments. I don't want to make too many little tiny road projects, right? Matter of fact, I might redo a little bit of that anyway. Yeah, so I think that would get everything. I mean, maybe I'd be better off coming over here with it, and then I might pick up. Yeah, let me consider. Let's zoom out for a minute. I don't know. I'm picturing the gravel all the way over here, but it wouldn't. Maybe, you know, for like a starter set of building stuff, we could talk about like right in along this. I did deliberately stay along here, so yeah, maybe. I mean, I'm not worried about powering up the power plant. I'm just worried about like being able to do the coal. Yeah, I'm thinking maybe we put this station right here, like, yeah, where it would still run that conveyor, still run the thing. Let's spin around so I can make sure they're all attached. A little bit too far. Yeah, I think that would be good right there. A little further away. Yeah, we'll come back. Now the problem is I just did that on the side of a cliff. Where is our transfer? You know what? I'm going to spin that guy around. Let's go the other way. Because the lines aren't going to care. Yeah, we're going to give this the biggins. Yeah, that is the biggest. I thought it was. How are we getting over here? I think we're going to go over to here. Yeah, straight sort of works for me. I don't think this one, I think I could get a road out this way. I could get a road through this way, right? Because we're going to need. All right, can I curve you? You really don't want to be curved in a nice way because you're not a straighty. You're a. So now you'll be able, because if it doesn't come off the end of a thing, it doesn't sort of like it. All right, and then this one could come out. Somehow they could maybe meet up. And then we start building our town. Again, I want to try to keep the town pretty close to this, and I could see us having pollution even over to here. So let's go back to our measuring tool. Get rid of those things, and then all right, that's 400 from the road. Yeah, come on. Like right in that ballpark. So let's put a little road. Little dirt road right here just so we can know where that is, right? And no matter which way we go with this, right, like that's even further when we start getting to that power plant, which will be a big polluter. We're 700. Even the ore processing, we're going to be 500. Yeah, so I think that's reasonable. And then if we had more stuff like right along here, I don't think it's unreasonable. So if we started our town right here, I don't think I want to get into designing the town quite now. But let's, the other thing I want to do, let's go take a look at our world. I got into my own little thing for a half hour or more there, and I have no idea. I guess we're not probably doing any construction. Oops. That's what happens. Well, there's not that much for us to do. I mean, it's coming down to spending money. Like, it's not that I don't want to build the residence halls, but we don't need them. And I don't understand what the orphanage is really going to do for us that's that much of a benefit at this point. to spend that much money. And I know it's not a huge amount, but new vehicle, citizens loyalty, yeah. So did we get our monument? Did our monument have any effect? Well, let's do this year. I mean, I think it's going up. I don't know when we got finished it. Let's go take a look over here. Government loyalty, 27%, which is what we were. So it's not another message for that. Oh, we're harvesting crops. Good. Now, oh, that's right. We probably got this done. So this guy can... It's a good time. I'm just going to pause it half a second so I can send him to there before he pulls in there. Good. So now we should be distributing things pretty well. How is our food? Yeah, look good. We're getting food to the point. So this guy can actually probably really... Well, let's park him so that we don't have any issue. But once he gets parked, we can get him exporting food a little bit again. And we do need another distribution office. I think for now, again, because the money is tight, I think I might just micromanage him for a little bit because the last time we did this, he just quickly depleted our food. So there's no... And that's the only thing we're really going to export at this moment, unless we decide... I want to see how the crops go next year, or this year. Like, how much of this, how well does all of this go? Do we have enough storage for the crops? Does it become an issue that we're not, storing everything? I don't think we will. I forget the exact math right this minute on how many crops we're going to have. But so we might export some crops, but we could always do that through here if we wanted to. The problem with this guy is we already have 5 trucks, and I don't want to take them off of what they're doing until I have a better feel for how well they're doing. So there we go. This guy's parked up. So I'm just going to get rid of everything he has here. Say, all right, I want you to go from here to here. Oop, save. Just save blocked me. And I want you to take food and unload anything. And I think you should wait for more food. And you don't need to wait there because that's pointless. I would think. I don't think there's any situation where you wouldn't be able to drop stuff off at the border once you make it there. All right, there we go. So we have what I think is the beginning of a plan over here to get a power station. A coal mine's not attached, is it? Let's see about attaching that guy. Yeah, that's kind of what I was afraid of. Let's see if we can't. I'll show you the problem. Now that I have that in place, yeah, I think I need to lower this, but I can't lower this because this is in place. So let's demolish this. And then we'll do the averaging one. Again, I think that actually is a little tiny bit easier. Let me make that smaller. Really, how about doing the lower one? Might be pretty good. We kind of lowered the heck out of it, but let's put this in and we'll make it look better. Oops. I need to delete some road. Little swerve going in, but at least we got that attached. And let's make sure. I think this is really where I wish this thing would show us what it's going to attach to. Even after, when things aren't built, right? Yeah, so it looks like we're still in range. I didn't move it accidentally. tiny itty bit out of range, right? So good. So let's see about committing to. Yeah, why do we have you? No, we don't need you open anymore. Just left them open by accident. Let's get rid of that because it's kind of ugly. All right, so that's for the electrical lines. Do we want to commit to all these roads? No, I think I'm going to leave these white because we're about to wrap up for what we're going to do today. And then I think in the next episode, we'll get into building the town. And depending on how well that goes, we'll get into building this. Now, I think we could get started on some of this stuff, though, actually. Maybe we do. Let's commit to the roads. All right, because then I could start signing these guys, especially before it's summertime anyway. While we still have summertime, I got the office open here. Then you know what we need to do, too, is a consideration for constructions, right? So that's something we could definitely do in this area. I don't want to jam up our thing. And then another thing we probably need to do, we could do it like right here, but we have a little bit of time. I don't want to. Let's do some power just so I don't forget. All right, and I want a high voltage switch. All right, this is a high voltage switch right there. And I want another one like this. Could be very close, I think. Not so close that we mess up our transformer, but these things pass each other in the night pretty well. All right, so what is our... I forget which ones we had. I don't think it really matters. I think it might be this one. Though I usually always went for the biggest. Well, maybe we should... Yeah, see, that's big. That's kind of too big. Too big for us to afford. Let's go to... I think it's this one. Yeah. Just kind of stay standard. So then... Right, we come off of our power plant. Oops, so you don't like that. Let's come over this way a little bit to where you do like it. And I'll come over like here. And then there. All right, so we'll get power tied into the whole power network right there. And then we could talk about, I don't know if we need these little ones because that'll feed into this. We could always maybe power some things up directly from that power plant. But there we go. So we have this guy working on the road. Is there anything else we could do? Like I said, I think I'm going to come right back, even though when I say that, I mean, for me and you, it'll probably be tomorrow. I have some errands and plenty of things to do pretty shortly here. Yeah, is there anything else we would construct over here? I mean, the other thing we could talk about constructing, and it might be a pretty good idea, though we're going to talk about taking out a loan to do it, and I don't know if it's worth it. I think we're going to be getting into loans pretty shortly here anyway, just to be able to afford this. But is it worth it? Maybe we can leave that up. Depending on how these episodes play out, I might get your comments. One of the benefits that if I do this every other day and do some other game, I have found when I do that, I get your comments often before or much closer to when I'm about to record the next episode, or you know what I'm saying, like there's a chance. It just takes me a day to get it up and processed, and when you think about that, a lot of times it ends up being a few days before this episode will go out, depending on the exact timing, 2 or 3 days. So it's a little bit closer to your comments. So I want to get your comments on, what do you think? Should we plow ahead and do Lone City, or should we just try to max out and be profitable? And I think that this is my opinion. Forget about the lumber. It's fine. It would save us a few bucks, and it's a nice little industry to get going. But my thought is, do we get power, and then are we allowed to export power? Do you guys think that that's too cheeky? I mean, it's not cheaty. We're not breaking any rules by exporting power, but you know, if we're taking advantage of the game mechanics, but I don't know that that's totally true, especially not in the beginning. And I think the fact that we have no oil, I think that'll be a big plus to us. So for me, it's like, well, I think the lack of oil on the map is going to justify my sending power out this way. Let's go ahead and commit to these. There we go. I think we got a lot to work on, actually. This is going to take us a mighty long time. This alone is 3,800 hours. And this is all, like so far, we need to build a whole city over here. That's another 2,100 hours. So that's, 6,000 hours between these two. And that's a lot of work. And we don't have a town over here yet. So town is really the next priority. But I wanted to work this out first because I don't want to put my town too close to the pollution. There we go. So we'll be able to have a bus route over here to get started. We probably could think about how we would do a train as well in the long run, right? Just make sure we don't do anything. We'll think about that more. Can I get a train through here? Might mean I don't build these power lines quite that way, right? Wood based, concrete based, can we get a train station like right in this area would be good. Yeah, crossing. What are you? We got a little power line. What is that power? Oh, that's going over to our. Yeah, can you? It's kind of getting way ahead of ourselves in some ways, but. I don't really want to cross the road. You guys are getting the idea. And we'll make that a lot nicer, of course, when we go to do it for real. But see that? So that's, I think, and then we could probably turn around and loop around, maybe loop back around this way, whatever we wanted. We're a ways off of trains at this exact second, but it's good to keep those things in mind as you're building, because that's definitely a problem in the future. Like if you don't allow for trains a little bit, then it just causes a lot of destruction that you're going to have to do to get things going, There we go. So, yeah, our construction's actually slowing down a bit more than I would like. So that's definitely saying we need to get over here and start working on the town. The other problem we're going to have is we're going to get into winter time. But in the meantime, these guys can get over here and start working on roads. Hopefully I'll get an answer what you guys think about going into mega debt for everything. But like I said, my tendency is just to sort of let's get this power plant going, because I think between the power plant and then as we borrow money to add more industries and grow this town, I think that this could start very quickly paying for itself one way or the other. I know the things that we build with coal are not the greatest exports, but they're still, we could be exporting the excess. All right, guys, I hope you've enjoyed the episode. Let me know what you think about our future plans. It's starting to get a little bit exciting, in my opinion, where we can start building and designing better things. We're pretty well past the very beginning population issues. I'm sure we'll have other problems and limits on population as we go, but we're doing pretty well, in my opinion. All right, thanks for watching, guys. Have a good day. Take care of yourselves. Bye-bye.